Hi Leo, welcome to your mid-November 2018 Tarot and Astrology reading. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for all your likes and subscriptions. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. So Leo, Jupiter into your, oh goodness, yes, here it is. Jupiter into your sector of true love. Bringing sparks, bringing excitement. But there's a twist. Okay, so Mercury is going to retrograde in the 16th in your sector of romance and true love, which may bring all your exes to the yard. It may bring up some old feelings. You may run into some old childhood friends, as the 5th house is also associated with children. But you may have some loose ends to tie up before this Jupiter cycle really gets underway. Or maybe in some cases, when timing intervened and it was the right person, wrong time, maybe somebody comes back around and you finally get that chance. Okay, so Venus is going direct in your 3rd house of communication on the 16th, so it's very, very suspicious, Leo, that you I don't know if suspicious was the right word. It's very, very likely that you're going to hear from somebody from your past. May not always be the person that you think it is. In fact, I've noticed with retrogrades, a lot of the time, it's people you don't expect, because retrogrades reveal what is hidden. So when people return, sometimes it's not necessarily the first one that comes to mind, you know. And returns aren't a bad thing for everybody either. Under the Venus retrograde cycle, I heard from so many people from the past, and a lot of them were actually really nice messages or encounters. So be mindful, it's not a negative thing. The people that I would really not want to have heard from, I didn't. So Leo, let's see what we've got in store for you. There is going to be a gorgeous full moon in Gemini, which is 11th house energy of social media. So maybe you do, yeah, you know, Leo, the communication seems to be illuminated here. Hearing from somebody, possibly online. Ooh, lovers, maybe more than one person. Somebody's got the hots for you, or you've got the hots for somebody else, and this full moon is illuminating that energy. Ooh, goodness. I mean, we've had the Ace of Wands and the Lovers, Leo, and that's very phallic. So I'm sensing this is going to be a very hot and heavy end of November for you guys. Very exciting. So let's see. 9 of Pentacles, the King of Swords, could be dealing with an air sign. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, or it could be a fellow fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. 2 of Wands in the Challenge, and the Knight of Pentacles. Earth energy as well. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And the 10 of Swords is underneath. Okie dokie. So, what does that mean? Well, Leo, I'm seeing a very distinct pattern. Something does need to gain closure. With the 10 of Swords here, something has been very upsetting and disappointing for a long period. There had been a period of heartbreak, of being stabbed in the back, of being betrayed, of feeling like things couldn't get worse, okay? The 10 of Swords is welcome, right? Because it means it's a 10, so it means that negative cycle is finishing. For a lot of you, it was family. For a lot of you, it was challenges to your family unit, challenges to your family situation, challenges in the home. And I say that because Jupiter was in your 4th house and Venus was retrograding there too. So there was an element of progress and setbacks where they almost seemed to enhance the good and the bad. So when it was good, it was really good. When it was bad, it was really bad. King of Wands in your positive position means that you are coming out on top, Leo. You're coming out shiny. You're coming out new. You're coming out empowered. You're coming out as the King of Wands you were destined to be. And if you're dealing with an air sign that seems to be giving you the cold shoulder, well, they might not be feeling so hot about that decision, is one way I'm seeing this. The 9 of Pentacles means you are embracing the finer things in life, which you will do for the next year. Jupiter being in your house of true love and creativity and fun and frivolity. It's going to be very, very nice. I must say, I wish Jupiter was in that sector of the sky for me. So if you've been having a bad run, Leo, this is all about to change. Bear in mind, the Mercury retrograde is going to add that little bit of reflection beforehand. But the Knight of Pentacles is a very efficient knight. Somebody seems to be coming at you with a message. Knights are most commonly messengers of something. Somebody could be offering you a new job. It could be offering you a new commitment. It could be offering you something a bit more stable than you've had before. He's a great knight to come out of the Ten of Swords. Ooh. Could be a Taurus. Could be a Leo. Oh, sorry, she was very in your face there. Could be a Taurus or a Libra, sorry. The Empress is all about our mother-children relationships, or the divine feminine, creativity, self-care, self-love, abundance. She's everybody's favorite, really. Let's see. Okay. My goodness, that's 3 kings. We 3 kings. Okay. 8 of Swords. Knight of Swords. And the 4 of Swords. Okay. Death card. Wow. So, Interesting. Leo, I'm sensing this, this pause. Do you know the expression darkest before the dawn? It's kind of as if you've been in this deep sleep for a bit of time. I think there has been a lack of connection and a lack of awareness with your surroundings, and to an extent your most important relationships, because the Death card is all about transition. It's about leaving the past behind and significant change and letting go of an unhealthy attachment. And it's interesting though, because it can also represent a Scorpio person. Now we'll be leaving Scorpio season and going into Sagittarius season, which is that fun, frivolous 5th house energy for you. And with the 4 of Cups, I feel like someone is making you an offer that you're uncertain of. For a lot of you it's work, for a lot of you it could be romance, but I think that for some reason you're doubting your ability to make the most of an opportunity or a relationship. I think some of you are in 2 minds about your next move. It's actually very similar, Leo, to Gemini's reading. So I don't know if you have Moon or Rising in Gemini, you're dealing with a Gemini person. You very well could be, with the Knight and the King of Swords. But the 8 of Swords is in your positive position. So your fear may actually propel you to act. Your fear is actually serving you. You've learned from an experience. You've learned from being burned before, and you want to make sure that you make the right decision. You're not going to be rushed. Or if you're dealing with an earth sign, they're not going to be rushed. Or if this is a career, you may actually be, this is for probably like 1 or 2 of you, but you may be changing jobs and taking a break before you do it, or going on holiday before you change jobs. This can sometimes be that type of energy. The challenge position. Oh, the Knight of Swords in the challenge position. Being hasty isn't going to work. I do think somebody is maybe returning with some sort of conversation that throws a spanner in the works. And you're uncertain of this person. You're uncertain of their intentions. You're uncertain of their opinions. I do sense that possibly, Leo, this could be somebody across the water. I'm just getting that vibe about water, because this guy is looking off. You can see he's looking off to another land. So I'm wondering, are many of you out of long-term relationships that were with somebody overseas? And that could be who you're thinking of. It could be that you're thinking of someone from your past and you want to reach out, but you're not sure how. Okay? And you're maybe taking your time in deciding. Now, Mercury retrograde in that side of the sky for you does indicate that reflecting is very, very important, in that side of the sky, in that area, your 5th house. And this is why it's similar to Gemini, because for Gemini, Mercury retrograde is in their partnership sector. their relationships. And for you, it's the 5th house of true love. So you're both kind of in similar boats, which I think is why the cards are so similar. But there's a need here. There is a need to make sure that what you're reflecting on is actually teaching you something. If you're thinking a lot about somebody from the past and it's hurting you, are you actually learning from it? Or are you just thinking you want that person back because it's convenient or because it would temporarily solve the issue? But it might be to its detriment in the long run. Ace of Wands, there's a very strong physical connection with a person. I'm wondering, is there maybe somebody you just want back? To be an Aries or somebody older. Is there somebody that you just want back for the affection? Like there's an affectionate pull towards somebody and you want to reach out to that person, or you want to, keep the lines of communication open. You want to keep your options open, maybe. Ooh. The Empress is very determined to pop out here for some reason. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra, or somebody who's very, very attractive, I think. The Death card is still here. Okay, the Death card, yeah, you could definitely be dealing with a Scorpio. Or, actually, the way I read that, you could be thinking about a Scorpio. Or you could be thinking about whether or not to end a relationship, or whether or not to just let go on the idea of a relationship. Knight of Cups. I'm wondering, is the King of Cups going to come out? Because then you have 4 kings. Conflict. Hermit. The 3 of Swords. Okay, so Leo, the Judgment. Some of you are definitely dealing with a Scorpio person. So, as I said, Jupiter is going to be blessing. I know the 3 of Swords out doesn't look like it, Leo, but Jupiter is going to be blessing your 5th house of true love, okay? As I said, Mercury is retrograding there for a reason. It is to make you reassess your relationships to date. It's make you reassess your past decisions, your past relationships. Your heart is not entirely healed from something or someone, Leo. I have to be honest about that. It looks like there's still somebody who has hurt you to the point it's either affecting your current relationships or it's affecting your ability to move forward. And I do think for a lot of you, the signs that are popping out are Scorpio and Virgo, and maybe the air signs too. But bear in mind, it can be any, people, their charts are so unique and so individual. It's just sort of skimming the surface to say that. But the 5 of Wands in the positive position means you want to fight for something. In fact, for some of you, it looks like you would rather be in a relationship where you've been fighting a lot than be without the person, even though it's not healthy. The Hermit in the challenge position also means you don't like being alone. So be wary of settling for relationships which are just there to keep you company. But, I don't know. Some of you, Leo, this is so strange, but some of you are really thinking about somebody that there's not been any communication for a long time. It's almost like if you reached out to this person, and you sort of feel like if you reached out to this person, they would feel you've just risen from the dead. I know that sounds extreme, but it's almost as if you're so far out of each other's lives, it may seem that way. Do you know what I mean? Because judgment coming from death reminds me of rising from the dead. Or maybe it's that you hear from somebody who is rising from the dead, effectively. Someone who has not been in your life for a very long time, and there was a lot of conflict, and you maybe felt restricted to this person, or like the relationship was unhealthy and you really missed them because they had qualities that you wanted. A lot of turmoil is going on in your head because of this Mercury retrograde. It may be that you feel more separated from the people around you. Like, you want connections and you don't feel connected to people. You feel isolated in some degree. This could be work as well, Leo. It could be romance, or it could be work. It could be family. There's a degree of separation here, and you're trying to be passive about it. You're trying not to make moves. You're trying to rest yourself, and you're trying to recuperate from your losses, but you don't feel right. You feel like you need to connect. The Pentacles energy suggests that you will make an offer to somebody, or someone will make an offer to you. This is very much about tying up loose ends. I do sense that there's maybe somebody you just can't get out of your head. It could very well be another fire sign, actually. I'm just thinking with the King of Wands there. It could be Sagittarius, Aries, another Leo, maybe. But as I said, we have just about all the signs here, so don't worry about that. But this Five of Wands, you can fight for this. I just read the Five of Wands as you didn't have real competition with this. Whatever it is that you want, you didn't really have competition. Do you know, I want to draw a clarifier for the Three of Swords. Strengthen the Four of Pentacles. You could very well be dealing with another Leo, or you could be separated from a child. You could want to heal relationships with someone in your family. The Four of Pentacles is all about craving stability and craving a secure structure. Strength is all about having compassion and understanding for a ferocious beast. So maybe you felt like someone didn't understand your passion, or you feel like you took somebody's passion for granted. You need to challenge your inner strength to figure out what it is you want to do, Leo. I think you may be, especially if you have a lot of earth in your chart, by the way, the Knight of Pentacles can represent a strong Virgo streak, a strong Capricorn streak, or a strong Taurus streak. If you want to connect with somebody, you're going to need to drop this Pentacle. You're going to need to approach the person with compassion and understanding. There's a healing aspect here. There's definitely a healing thing. Healing a relationship with somebody. But it's almost, Leo, like it may need to come from you if you want it to. This is an interesting one. I'm intrigued by this. Some of you, though, aren't going to reach out to anybody because you just want to focus on work because it's safe. That's one vibe I'm getting. You just want to focus on your money. You want to focus on your finances. You don't want to necessarily connect with anybody. Focused intention and receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. So actually somebody could be reaching out to you, to be fair. Focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you'll make your mark. Okay, so wow, that's confusing. There's intention, so you're focusing on something and making your mark, and yet you're receiving something back. So I feel like if you're thinking about a person, the chances are they're also thinking of you. Inner goddess, perfect. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So self-appreciation is going to go a long way, Leo, especially with strength here. But I feel like I need to draw one more of these. Go outside. You've been indoors too long, go outside and get some fresh air. That's actually kind of funny. We have the Four of Swords and the Hermit. Don't be spending all your time indoors, Leo. Get out there. Jupiter in 5th house, you have to get out to be in the game. Who knows, you might run into this person. I'm intrigued, Leo. I really want to know what exactly it is or who it is. But I feel like you're feeling lonely. And if you want connection, the best way is to offer it. So I hope you enjoyed that, Leo, and got something from it. If not, don't forget to check out your moon and rising or other readers. And I will talk to you in December. Take care, guys. Bye bye.